Today, we are going to make a giant candy corn cake. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby, this is Emery, and over there's Aaliyah. And on this channel, I share with you guys some of my tips and techniques, as well as recipes to help you with your home baking projects. If you're new, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell so you can see when we post our next video. So we're halfway through October and we thought we'd throw in a fun October themed cake, which is our candy corn cake. I don't know if you've ever tasted a candy corn, but it's kind of a mystery flavor. So I Googled, what are the flavors of a candy corn? And it came up with butter, caramel, and marshmallow. I mean, I can see it, so we're going...
Candy corn.
Yes. We're going to impart those flavors into this cake. As always, the recipe is in the description below, so you'll be able to make it yourself. So we have some all-purpose flour, some eggs, buttermilk, oil, white sugar and brown sugar, some browned butter, some baking soda, baking powder, salt, and vanilla. Before we get started, the way I've made my browned butter is I took my butter and I put it in a saucepan on the stove and I simmered it until it just started to brown the milk solids. You don't want to burn it, so keep a close eye on it. And you will lose some weight when you do this, so you'll need to add a little extra fat. That's how, and then cool it down completely before you make your cake. So we're gonna start with our browned butter. Put that in there, patch it for it. Whoa. So the reason we browned our butter is to make it a little bit stronger on the buttery side, but it also gives it a nice nutty, caramely flavor, and it's just so good. So you're gonna cream that. So now you're going to add your brown sugar and white sugar. And the reason for the brown sugar is to add that caramel flavor. All right, now we're going to add our oil and cream it on medium-high. So now you're gonna wanna scrape the sides down and continue to cream it for about another 30 seconds to a minute. And then we're gonna start adding our eggs. Okay, so we've incorporated all of our eggs and our mixture is light and fluffy. Now we are going to mix our dry ingredients together. Now we are going to add our dry ingredients and our buttermilk alternately, starting and ending with the dry ingredients. Okay, so now you want to scrape down the sides and make sure you get all the way to the bottom of your mixer, all the way to the... Kick it up to medium-high speed in this mixer for about 30 seconds, just to fully incorporate everything. So now we are going to add our vanilla and stir it in, and then we will fold in our marshmallows.
Good
job.
Now mix it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're going to separate a little bit out. That will be our white cake for the top, and then we're going to add a little bit of color to the rest of it. For the middle of the candy corn, we will need orange cake. So we're going to turn this batch orange. Okay, so now you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for approximately 30 to 45 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. These kids need to take a nap. And while they're sleeping, I'm going to do one more batch of cake and make it yellow and white to finish off our candy corn. Okay, so now we're going to carve up our cake into the shape of a candy corn. We have baked these fully and cooled them in the freezer for about an hour, or as long as possible. They have to be completely cool before you try to carve them, or you will have a crumbly mess. So our cakes have been in the freezer for a while. We've made our frosting, which is a Swiss meringue buttercream because it's marshmallowy and delicious. And now we're going to stack our candy corn cake. So we're going to smooth off the frosting and then we'll carve it into a candy corn. So if you already think this looks absolutely ridiculous and crazy, go ahead and hit that like button and send us a comment because I want to hear from you. Okay, it's time to carve this to look like a candy corn. But first, because it is so tall, I am going to support it with this plastic dowel. But we've got the basic shape, but we need to kind of round it a little bit because as you can see, candy corn is kind of round, like an oval. Just gonna take the corners down a little bit. We've finished carving this up. The rest of the perfection will happen with the frosting, so we're gonna dirty ice this, stick it in the freezer, and then smooth it out, and it's gonna be awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so now we are going to finish this cake. I have put my 3 colors into 3 piping bags so I can get some nice even lines. Once I get it all smoothed out and spread out, then I am going to refrigerate it for a couple more minutes and smooth it one more time to make sure it's super smooth and perfect. Okay, there it is, our giant candy corn cake. So this thing's actually really hard to frost, so I've done the best I can with it, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please comment, and if you're new, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notifications bell so you can see when we post our next video. Have a great one.
Video.
Okay, bye.
Bye 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 bye.
Bye.